Hello students and welcome to another session from Gradeup. A very good afternoon to all of you today. How are you people doing today? Just give me a quick response as to who all have joined in so that I can start the session as soon as possible. I can see a lot of people have joined in already. Great guys, welcome to another session from Gradeup. This is based on sentence improvement. And as you all know, my name is Navin Iyer. I will be taking the part 2 section of sentence improvement, which we had left the other day. The other day, we had just done a partial part of sentence improvement because there was some technical issue. So I'll be taking the second part today. Yes, a very good afternoon. I hope you people are doing fine, doing well, staying at home, and being fit, guys. All right. So let's start the session today. As I told you earlier, sentence improvement are questions. For people who've joined in today, let me just tell you that sentence improvement questions, in sentence improvement questions, there is a part of a sentence which is highlighted, and there are 4 options, out of which 3 of the options can replace the highlighted part. If you think it can replace the highlighted part, you will select any one of the 3 options. Or else, if you think there is no improvement required in the sentence, you simply select no improvement required. Now, before I start, I would like you to take a screenshot of this particular schedule which you have on your screen. These are the times when you have the CLAT sessions or sessions for the law exams on YouTube. 12 p.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. Okay, these are the subjects that would be going on at these times, Monday to Friday. Okay, I will be available Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I will be available on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Okay, and rest of the subjects you can see on the screen. These will be on YouTube. Okay, and on Saturday and Sunday at 8 p.m. you'll have analytical reasoning. Please take a screenshot and be online at these times to attend free sessions on YouTube. And trust me, these sessions are very productive, very effective for you. You can actually benefit a lot from these sessions. Chalo, so let's move on, guys. We actually left at question number 11 the other day, if you remember. Again, it says, for people who are new today, let me just give you a fair idea of what the instruction says. It says identify the most appropriate option to substitute the underlined segment. If no substitution is required, select no substitution. You would either have no substitution or you either have no improvement. It's one and the same thing. Okay. These question types are called sentence improvement. Okay, so this is the section we will be taking up today. It is called sentence improvement. Guys, do like, share and subscribe and ensure that many aspirants can take benefit from such sessions. Okay, like, share and subscribe to the channel as well. Okay, so I have a terrible cold during several days now. It says I have a terrible cold during several days now. It says A, no substitution. B says had a terrible cold since. C says have had a terrible cold since. And D says I'm having a terrible cold during. Which do you think is the correct answer? Now let me tell you here, guys, whenever you have duration or time period given in a sentence, duration or time period, remember, whenever you have this, the sentence will be in the perfect or perfect continuous tense only. Whenever there is a duration or time period given in the sentence, please remember the sentence has to be in the perfect or perfect continuous tense only. Now here it says several days. Now when you say several days, this is actually denoting the duration. And during several days, you cannot say during several days. Okay, you should actually say for several days. Okay, You should have the preposition for several days. And out of the four options, where do you have for? Here. And which tense is it in? I have had. Have had is in present perfect tense. Which tense is it in? Present perfect tense. So there is duration, and duration is shown by for several days now. And this is in present perfect tense. So C is the correct answer. Even if you try to eliminate, if you just remember this, that if a sentence has duration or time period, it has to be in the perfect or perfect continuous. Even if you remember that, you can simply check that B option has, I had a terrible cold since. So had is in simple past tense, so this cannot come. Have had is present perfect tense, this can come. Am having is present continuous tense, this cannot come. So only one option is in present perfect tense. And the question itself is in simple present tense or present indefinite, what we call. So there's only one option which is in present perfect. And what did I say? Duration or time period, if you have, you will either write it in the perfect or perfect continuous tense. So even that way you'll get the answer. The correct answer for this one is C. So whosoever said C, well done guys, you're absolutely correct. Okay guys, keep answering, liking and sharing your video with your friends as well, very important. Okay, also you can follow me on the Gradeup app guys. If you've not installed it yet, please install the Gradeup app and follow me on the Gradeup app as well. Let's move on. The next question says, Usain Bolt is the only man who can run 100-meter in 9.58 seconds. Okay, so which do you think should be the correct answer here? A says that, B says whom, C says which, or no improvement. Which do you think is the correct answer here? Quickly give me the answers guys so that I can discuss. Okay, give me the answers on the chat box itself. Give me the answers on the chat box so that I can take the session forward. Okay, few people are saying A, some are saying D, okay. No improvement, D. Okay, some are saying B. Right. Okay, guys, this question, again, let me tell you, this question actually doesn't require any improvement. No improvement is absolutely correct. No improvement. Whosoever said D is actually correct. So who is okay, you can write who in this sentence. Okay. So Usain Bolt is the only man who can run. So who is denoting whom? Who is denoting the man, and man can run. Okay, and only man, this is referring to Usain Bolt. Okay, so this is absolutely correct. Let's move on to the next question. It says, many a man has controlled a murderous rage when he thought of the hot seat. Okay, many a man has controlled a murderous rage when he thought of the hot seat. Again, has is underlined. You tell me which of the options would fit. Option A says have, B says are, C says will, and D says no improvement. Which of these options do you think is correct for this one? Okay, people are saying A, some are saying B as well. Guys, let me tell you again, this is a concept based on subject-verb agreement. Please remember, whenever you have many a, or whenever you have more than one, okay, I teach these things in the regular course. I'm sure for people who are taking my regular courses, they might be aware of this. Whenever you have many or more than one, this is always considered singular. Many and more than one are always considered singular. Now, like many a man, this is singular, so has is written here. So the answer is no improvement for this one. D is correct. There is no improvement needed in this particular question. But let me tell you what exactly the difference is. Many people think that many actually denotes more than one. So how can you put A? So look at this sentence. If I say many students of this batch have cleared the exam. So when I say many students of this batch, because I've written many students, this is plural, and I've written have here, this sentence is absolutely correct. I'm referring to one particular batch out of which many students have cleared the exams. Okay? So this sentence is absolutely correct. But when exactly would I say many a? When I say many a student of my batches has cleared the exam. So when I say many a student, this is singular. Whenever I say many a student, this is singular, and that's the reason I put the verb has over there. Now what exactly does the second sentence mean? The second sentence means that many of my students at different times, which means अलग अलग समय पर अलग अलग छात्रों ने या विद्यार्थियों ने एग्जाम क्लियर किया है. I'm referring to different times from different batches. In the first sentence, I'm just referring to one batch out of which many students have cleared. So I can say many students of this batch have cleared. But when I say many a student of my batches has cleared, so I'm referring to many random students from different batches at different points of time. Is that clear to you? So many a is also correct. You can simply write many students as well. That is also correct. But whenever you say many a, it is always singular. So here when it says many a man has controlled, I'm referring to different people at different times. Similarly, more than one is also singular. When I say more than one minister have resigned, is this sentence correct? If I say more than one minister have resigned from this party, what do you think? Is that sentence correct? More than one minister have resigned from this party. You tell me, is this sentence correct or no? Okay, yes, this sentence is wrong because more than one is always singular. You cannot write have, you have to write has here. So the sentence should be more than one minister has resigned. Okay, I hope that is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 14 says, those who have not received the invitation, he should leave. Those who have not received the invitation, he should leave. So what do you think? Which should be the correct option? A says they should leave, B says he should be leaving, C says no substitution, and D says should leave. Which do you think should be the correct answer? Okay guys, keep sharing and liking the videos. Also subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for notifications. You won't miss any sessions on any of the subjects then. Okay. People are saying A. I've got a majority answers which says A. Some are saying D as well. Okay, let me tell you the correct answer for this one should be C. Okay, the answer here which is given, that is incorrect. The correct answer should be C. Now let me tell you why. It says those who have not received the invitation. Those who have not received the invitation. Who have not received the invitation, this is a clause here. Okay, those who have not received the invitation, this is a clause. So the subject here is those. When you have the subject already, you do not put the subject again. The subject is not needed again. You simply say those who have not received the invitation should leave. Those who have not received the invitation should leave. You don't require the subject again because you already have the subject here. So those who have not received the invitation should leave. The correct answer for this one should be C. No substitution is required here. Okay, I already explained the reason. Okay, let's move on. Question number 15. It says, by next week, I will have been made all the reservations for the trip to Europe. When you say, I will have been made, so whenever you have model plus have plus been plus V3, this is in passive voice. But I am not the object here. Okay? I will not the object. I am not the object, I am the subject. I am doing the action. An action is not being done on me. So which do you think should be correct? I will had made, I will have been making, I will have made, or no substitution. A, B, C or D. Which do you think is correct for this one? Pragya Sharma, if you are asking about the previous question, it can be gender specific. Then you have to say those boys who have completed the work should leave, or those girls who have completed the work should leave. You cannot put a he or she later in the sentence. I'm referring to the previous sentence which I discussed. Right, guys? So people are saying I will have been making. Some are saying I will have made. Okay, so the correct answer for this one should be C, guys. Will have made is the correct answer. By next week, I will have made all the reservations for the trip to Europe. Okay, I will have been making. This is incorrect. You cannot write it in future perfect, future perfect continuous tense, because there is no duration included. Always remember, whenever you say perfect continuous, there should be some kind of duration or time period mentioned in the sentence. So B is wrong. Will had made. Why is A wrong? Because will is what? Will is a modal verb, and after modal verbs you always have V1. After modal verbs you always have V1. But when you say will had is what? Second form, V2. So that's the reason you cannot put have. So, and hence first option is also wrong. So the correct answer is C. Let's move on to the next question. It says the soldiers carried around the orders of their commander without question. Now this question is based on a vocab section which is called a phrasal verb. Now phrasal verb, if you remember, it's a verb plus preposition written together. Whenever a verb and preposition is written together, we call it a phrasal verb. Okay? Like you say pass away. Pass away is a phrasal verb, like dying. He passed away in 2005, means he died. Similarly, when you say pass out, this is again a phrasal verb. Now, pass out basically means to become unconscious. But how do we use it? Pass out means behosh hona, you have to become unconscious. But we use it in such a manner that we passed out from school, we passed out from college. People are usually, I hear people saying, I passed out from Delhi University in 2005. If you say I passed out, it would actually mean you became unconscious from Delhi University in 2005. मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से बेहोश हो गया था 2005 में. So that won't make sense, right? So you simply say I passed from Delhi University. No out, no away. Okay? So these are phrasal verbs like break into. Break into means to forcefully enter a place in order to commit a theft or a robbery. That is break into. Similarly, when I say break down, which means a mechanical failure. Suppose my school bus broke down while we were coming to school. Breakdown means a mechanical failure. So let me tell you, the correct phrasal verb here should be carried out. Whosoever said D, absolutely correct, guys. The soldiers carried out the orders. Carried out means to execute the orders. Execute, or you could also say follow the orders. That's what carried out means. So that's the phrasal verb that has to be learned. Phrasal verbs have to be learned, extremely important. Okay? Let's move on to the next question here. The correct answer for this one was D. The question number 17 says, we urgently need well-qualified teachers for our school. We urgently need well-qualified teachers for our school. So which do you think is the correct answer? To our school, to our school, for our school, or no improvement required? What do you think is the correct answer for this one? Give me the answers quickly. Okay, guys, keep counting how many answers you give correctly. You can count them and you can actually judge what level of progress you're making in your studies as well. Okay, so which do you think? Okay, people are saying D, no improvement. People are saying no improvement. Yes, absolutely correct. No improvement required for this question. D is the correct answer. Okay, so D is the correct answer. We urgently need well qualified teachers for our school. The question which is written itself is correct. There is no improvement required here. Right, guys? Let's attempt a few more questions. Again, it says, look at the underlined part of the sentence. Below each sentence are given three possible substitutions for the underlined part. If one of them is better than the underlined part, mark it out accordingly. It's the same thing which you need to do. It says, I never have and probably will never write good letters. So, which do you think is the correct option here? A, B, C, or D? Give me the answers for this one quickly. Yes, I will make a video on important phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs, there's nothing like called important phrasal verbs. I can make a video on the phrasal verbs that are frequently asked. But again, the topic phrasal verbs, there are many phrasal verbs in the English language. But I will be picking and choosing a few important phrasal verbs that are mostly asked in your exams. I will be doing that. Do not worry about it. Okay, some are saying A, B, C, and D. Okay, I've got all the options here. Now let me tell you the meaning of this sentence. I never have and probably will never will write good letters. Now the simple logic here being, whenever you have the helping verbs has, have, and had, if you are aware of verbs, concept based on verbs, you should know has, have, and had always take the main verb V3. Third form will come after has, have, and have. Third form appears, right? But whenever you have a modal verb, after a modal verb, you always have V1, which is called simple infinitive. First form of verb will appear after after modals. Now look here, you've got have and you've got will. So will takes V1. Okay, this is modal, and after modal, what do you have? V1, first form. So here first form is written. But after have, can V1 appear? Can I say, I have eaten an apple? Should I say I have eaten an apple? Yeah, I have eaten an apple. I cannot say I have eat, because after have, you always have third form. Similarly, you have here. You have the helping verb have. So the third form should come. So what is the third form of write? The third form is written. So the sentence should be, I never have written and probably never will write. So the correct answer is A. Whosoever said A, absolutely correct. A is absolutely correct because there is have here, and after have you have the third form of verb. Okay, so these are the concepts that I will be teaching you in the regular course in detail. Okay, you should know the concepts based on sentence improvement, concepts based on all the parts of speech. Only then you can answer such questions, guys. Okay, I hope that is clear to you. Chalo, let's move on to the next question here. Question 2 says, I think his feet are bigger than many boys in town. A says, I think his feet are bigger than many boys. B says, his feet are bigger than no boys. C says, his feet are bigger than those of all other boys. And D says, no improvement. Which do you think is the correct answer for this one? Question number 2. Thanks for the compliment, guys. If you like the session, please hit the like button. But more than that, I would like you to subscribe and to the channel and click the bell icon for regular such sessions. You don't require any book specifically, Shionandan. Let me tell you, it's better you practice questions that are given on the Gradeup app and follow the courses. Okay, if you do it regularly, because there is a lot of material online which you can make use of. Okay, few people are saying C, B, D. I almost get most of you answer randomly, and I get all four options for almost all questions. Okay, so from which I can make out that you people are actually guessing the answers. Now let me come to this question. It says, I think his feet are bigger than many boys in town. His feet are bigger than many boys in town. So I'm comparing his feet with many boys, which means his feet is bigger than the boys. Can the feet be bigger than the boys, or can his feet be bigger than the feet of other boys? Obviously, you cannot compare feet with boys. Can I say my feet is bigger than you? I cannot say my feet is bigger than you. I can say my feet is bigger than yours, or my feet is bigger than that of. I cannot say that of. I have to say yours, or I can say your feet. So feet will be compared with feet itself. But in this question, feet is being compared to boys. Feet is being compared to boys. So the question itself is incorrect. So look at options A. It says, I think his feet are bigger than many boys in town. Again, I'm comparing feet with boys. So A is incorrect. Again, I think his feet are bigger than no boys in town. Again, incorrect. I'm comparing feet with no boys. Okay, whenever I compare, there should be two entities. C says, I think his feet are bigger than those of. Now, this those refers to the feet of all other boys. Okay, when I say those will refer to the feet of all other boys in town. So the correct answer is C. Whosoever said C, absolutely correct, guys. Well done for people who answered C. C is the correct answer. Okay, guys, let's move on to the next question. It says, I haven't hardly studied for this examination. I haven't hardly studied for this examination. A says, hardly I have studied. B says, I have hardly studied. C says, not hardly I have studied. And D says, no improvement. Now, which do you think is the correct answer? You people keep answering. Give me the answer for this particular question. Which do you think is the appropriate option which you should go for? Okay, people are saying B again. People are saying B. Okay, guys, thanks for the compliment. I keep getting compliments in between your chats. Heartiest thankful. I'm very heartily thankful to those compliments. All right, let's move on here. Let me tell you, there are a few words like hardly, rarely, scarcely, barely. Okay, there are a few words like these. Okay, hardly, rarely, scarcely, barely, seldom, etc. These always have a negative tone in them. Okay, these always have a negative meaning. Okay, the sentence becomes negative whenever you have these adverbs in a sentence. Whenever these adverbs appear in a sentence, let me tell you, these adverbs make the sentence negative. Now, look here, it says haven't, which is negative. Haven't is negative. Okay. Similarly, I have hardly, which is again negative. So you cannot have two negatives in a sentence. You cannot have two negatives in a sentence. Like, can I say, I don't have no money? Is this sentence correct? I don't have no money? No, it's not. It's wrong, because don't is negative and no is also negative. So that's the reason this sentence is wrong. There cannot be two negatives in a sentence. So how would I write it? I don't have any money. Is that clear? So that's the reason the question is wrong. So the correct answer should be, I have hardly studied for this examination. Okay, because you cannot have two negatives in a sentence. Why is A incorrect? Because whenever you start a sentence with a negative adverb, you use the inverted format. Now, inverted format is the format which we use to write an interrogative sentence. So, if you had hardly have I studied, the sentence could have been correct. But you do not have hardly have I studied. You have hardly I have. You have the subject. Now, this is not an inverted format. So, A is also wrong. Not hardly, again two negatives, this is wrong. So, the correct answer is B. You have to go with B. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 4 says, as you look across the street, lighted windows can be seen. As you look across the street, lighted windows can be seen. A says you saw lighted windows. B says lighted windows may be seen. U says you can see lighted windows. Okay, and D says no improvement. So which do you think is the correct answer? A, B, C or D? Himanshu Saini, let me tell you, interrogative sentences are those which are used to ask a question. Okay, like when will you return from Mumbai? This is an interrogative sentence. Have you had lunch? That is an interrogative sentence. Okay, so interrogative sentences are those that are used to ask questions. Right. Okay, people are saying C. As you look across the street, lighted windows can be seen. As you look across the street, you can see lighted windows or lighted windows can be seen. So the correct answer for this one, as you look across the street, lighted windows can be seen. So the question itself is there is no improvement required, guys. Now let me tell you, that is the concept of sentence improvement here. Okay, there is no improvement required. Now let me tell you, people who answered C. C is also correct. C is also correct. But whenever the question itself is okay, the question itself is not wrong. As you see, as you look across the street, lighted windows can be seen. The question itself is correct. You do not have to improve it. And moreover, if you look, in the number of words that are being used is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in C also, you've got 5 words. You can see lighted windows, there are 5 words being used. So it doesn't actually improve the sentence. So D is the correct answer. No improvement required. The sentence itself is okay. Okay. Let's come to question number 5. It says her sister is a nurse and she intends to be one too. Okay. Option A says this is the profession she intends. B says her intention is the same profession. C says she intending to be nurse too. And D says no improvement. Which do you think is the correct answer for fifth one? Deepnoor Sahota, let me tell you, affirmative sentences are those that are positive sentences. Affirmative sentences are positive sentences. Like you say, I am going to college. This is affirmative. If I say I am not going to college, this is negative. Okay? Affirmative, negative. If I say, are you going to college? This is interrogative. Are you going to college? This is interrogative sentence. If I say go to college, which is an order, this is imperative sentence. Okay, whenever you have orders, advice, request, suggestion, that becomes imperative. Go to college. Okay, and fifth sentence I say, wow, you are going to college. This is exclamatory sentence. Okay, so in one sentence I have again given you all the types. When I say you are going to college, yeah, I am going to college, affirmative. Second is if I say I'm not going to college or you are not going to college, this is negative. Third, are you going to college? Interrogative. Okay, interrogative sentence. Fourth, go to college or please go to college. Order, request, advice, suggestion. It's an imperative sentence. And fifth, wow, you're going to college today. This is exclamatory sentence. These are the 5 types of sentences. Again, I teach these in the regular sessions. Okay. I hope that is clear to you. Right, the correct answer for this one. Let's come to the correct answer for question number 5. There is no improvement required again in this one. Whosoever said D, the sentence was itself is okay. Her sister is a nurse and she intends to be one too, which means she also intends to be a nurse. So you can also say her sister is a nurse and she intends to be one too. So there is no improvement required for this one. Okay, so I hope that is clear to you all, guys. Okay, so this was the end of the session, but let me give you a brief idea about the CLAT second batch which has been launched from Gradeup, which is batch 2. The batch 1, which was already launched earlier, that is, the seats are already full in that one. So Gradeup has launched the second batch. Now the highlights of this batch, the highlights are you'll be getting 100 plus live classes, more than 100 live classes like the one you did today, but that would be on the app. Okay, that would be on the Gradeup app. At the same time, you will be getting many questions for practice as well. So let me give you the highlights. You'll get more than 100 live classes for the new CLAT pattern with interactive quizzes, more than 3,000 practice questions. Okay. Also, you will get more than 12 mocks for IELTS, SLAT, and MAH, CAT, BA, LLB. So this is according to the latest pattern. Now, let me tell you, the pattern keeps changing year on year, and we at Gradeup ensure that the pattern is updated according to the questions asked in the latest exams. Okay, topic-wise quizzes will be given to you and PDFs for revision, and there will be discussion on those topics as well. Many a time what happens, you actually answer the question and you give the wrong answer, but you are not aware why exactly the answer is wrong given by you. The answer given by you is wrong. So there will be complete analysis of the question so that you understand why exactly my answer was wrong. Like the one I discussed today. If an answer is correct, why is it correct? And if an answer is wrong, why exactly is it wrong? So whenever you get the complete analysis of a question, you will not ensure that you don't make the same kinds of mistakes again and again. Okay, so those things will be done. You'll also be getting full coverage of current affairs and legal knowledge. Okay. Now, there's the Gradeup Green Card in which you get unlimited access to all mock tests. Okay, the span of this Gradeup Green Card is 3 months and the cost is $6.99, which was $8.99 earlier. You'll get 12 mock tests covering all these IELTS, SLAT, and MAH, CT, BA, LLB. Okay, so you'll be getting 12 mock tests on these. Okay, so these were the highlights, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the session today. You understood the questions. You were able to understand the concepts taught by me. And if you have any kind of questions, doubts, you can click on the link below for any doubts regarding the course which has been launched. Okay, like Abhay is asking what is the course fees and etc. You'll get it in the link description box below. Also, install the Gradeup app, follow me there, and then I will be able to update you with latest material, questions, etc. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the session. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel once again, okay, for people who are new. So thank you for watching the session, guys. Thank you for choosing Gradeup. Goodbye from Navin Iyer. I will see you in the next class. Until then, stay safe and take care. Goodbye.